going on, everybody? Coach Chris here with Forge Through Faith, and today we're going to be talking about 20.4. Okay, so got lots of box jumps in this workout, lots of pistols in this workout, and clean and jerks at ascending weights. First thing I'm going to talk about is the warm up. All right, I want you guys to take 5 to 10 minutes of aerobic work, bike, row, run, ski, something along those lines to get the blood moving. Then what I have a lot of my clients do is something called hip flow. I would take 1 minute about there to go through a hip flow sequence. Excuse me. In my Instagram, I'll attach a short video of what that looks like. Okay, so if you don't know what that is, make sure you head to the Forge Through Faith Instagram. One of the videos in there will be the hip flow series to go through. This is going to be super important, as well as your ankles, because in both the squat cleans and if you're going to get there, the pistols, your hips and ankles have to be ready to rock. So 1 minute of hip flow, then a band distracted ankle dorsiflexion stretch, same thing. I'll throw that in there as well. And then I would also recommend lacrosse balling your feet and your calves. Guys, you want to get as much range through those ankles as possible, okay? And then some PVC pass-throughs just to get those shoulders warmed up. You are going to be going overhead. Not a major part of the workout. Well, fairly not as big a part of the workout, I should say, as what's going on in your lower half, but you do have to jerk. So let's make sure those shoulders are nice and loose as well. Then what I would like you guys to do is go through 2 rounds. This is kind of your mobility work, but it's what I like to call active mobility, where you're moving through the range of motions as opposed to like just static stretching. 10 reps of 90-90 internal rotation. Same thing, I'll throw in a video to that Instagram as well. Breathe through these positions, guys. So what I like to do is picture yourself laying on your back, your feet are on the wall, legs are at a 90-degree angle, foam rollers pinched between your legs, and you're rotating your foot out. I take the deep breath in that position and then try to stretch it a little further. Try to gain range in that internal rotation. If you're getting to pistols, guys, you're going to be hitting a lot of that internal rotation through the hips. So whatever range you have there, you want to open it up as much as humanly possible for you. And then 10 Cossack squats, okay? Really getting as deep into that squat as possible to get those hips nice and loose as well. Then what I would go into is 3 rounds. This is your activation work right here. 10 banded good mornings, 10 knee banded goblet squats, 10 to 20 plate jumps. And I'm sorry, I should have thrown this in. I would probably do about 10 pull aparts, and then maybe like a Cuban press as well to get those shoulders warmed up. Then I would warm up your clean. Okay, I'm going to get to the strategy in a little bit. Think about the bar you're going to get to. Where in that range is there a bar? I'm 100% going to get to this. I'm 100% going to hit it. The next one is a 0% chance, or it's like 50-50, whatever it is. I would warm up to the heaviest weight or near heaviest weight that you would be hitting in the workout. Get your central nervous system primed. Get yourself used to feeling that weight. You're going to have plenty of time in workout to, quote, warm up to that. But you want your central nervous system, you want your brain to be like, okay, that's what that feels like. So when you get into the workout, it's not like you're catching it on your chest and you're like, whoa, this feels crazy heavy. Get to that weight or near that weight in your warm-up. Take your time building up to that clean weight. Assisted pistols. What I would recommend is getting on one leg, standing next to the rig, assisting yourself down into that range, okay? And then assisting yourself back up. If you're someone who already has the mobility and the strength to do pistols, I would still do that. Again, warming up the range of motion in that movement. If you've never done pistols before and you're not sure if you can do them or not, do these. If you think you're going to get to that point, do these, because it'll show you, am I limited A, by mobility, B, by strength, C, by coordination, okay? If you're getting there and you just cannot, with these assisted pistols, get your ankle onto the floor, or your hip is getting all jammed up, it's probably mobility related. If assisted wise, you can get into that position, but then you let go of the rig and you can't stand yourself up, physically can't do it, then it's probably strength related. If you feel yourself able to stand yourself up, but you're falling over constantly or your heel's hitting the floor, it's probably coordination related. So give yourself a chance or an idea of what box you're falling into there. And then rebounding box jumps. This disclaimer if you're not going to be doing or have no shot or reason to be doing rebounding box jumps in the workout, you can skip this part. But if you're like, man, I want to have the ability to do my box jumps fast for whatever reason, maybe the barbells even early are super heavy for you, so you want to blitz through the box jumps to get the best tie break time possible, warm these up, okay? Then the last part is I would do 3 rounds of 5 box jumps, 4 pistols, and then 5 cleans. I wrote out a light to moderate weight. Personally, the guys' weights, it's 95, 135, 185, 225, 275, 315. Okay, 315, 0% chance for me. 275, 2% chance, maybe. That would be a PR, probably not gonna happen. 225, I know I can get through the barbell, right? So for me, I'd say, okay, I've warmed up, to 225, or I've warmed up to 245, or even maybe 255, whatever the case is. I'm just gonna do 135 here because I wanna cycle it fast, get my heart rate up, and work on cycling that barbell because you do have a decent chunk of reps before, or at least for me, before I would get to that max heavy weight in this workout, okay? So for me, it would be 135, which is the second barbell, okay? Maybe the first barbell is that moderate weight, do it there. But I would think for most people, that second barbell is a good weight to use in this last part of the warm-up. So again, 5 box jumps, 4 pistols, 5 quick cleans. Again, how you're gonna cycle it in the workout. Rest is needed between rounds, okay? Strategy-wise, first thing you have to think of is where the heck am I gonna get to in this workout? I just rattled it off for myself. For me to hit a 315 clean would be like a 60-pound PR. That's not gonna happen. 275 would still be a PR. Probably not gonna happen. I've seen people PR in open workouts before. I've done it before myself, but be realistic, okay? So with that, maybe, again, I know I'm gonna get through the 225, so I'm gonna game plan from there. Knowing what bar you're gonna get to allows you to then formulate a game plan. So if you know, again, I'll use guys, 185 would be a 20-pound PR. Chances of you hitting that are slim to none. You can go fast through the box jumps and the beginning barbells, go faster to get the best tie break time possible. Whereas, let's say 185 is a 90% lift for you, so you can do it, but you're not sure how many you can get, but you know you can at least get a couple. That immediately changes the game plan through those first 2 barbells and the box jumps. Now you want to go slower. You want to go smooth so you have enough energy and enough time to get as many reps as at that 185 as possible. Because it's a 20-minute cap, guys. If you're already hitting the heavy bar at the 3rd bar, you're going to have plenty of time to do the best you can on that bar, okay? So know which bar you're getting to. The next question is, do I step up? Do I box jump? And if I box jump, do I step down? Or do I rebound, okay? The way I look at it is like this. If you want to go slower and you find that box jumping kind of elevates your heart rate and you want to have enough spring in your step to hit these weights, you do the step-ups, okay? With the box jump step down, if you're someone who wants to move a little bit quicker, you want to have less time under tension, because that's the one thing with the step-up guys, you might find yourself, your butt's kind of burning up, or your quads get lit up a little bit more. It's not as explosive, it's not as dynamic, but it's more time under tension than maybe you box jump with a step down. If you're elite, like I'm gonna finish this workout, it's just a matter of how fast, you could rebound. Personally, even watching the guys go last night, I don't see much of a point in rebounding unless this is something where you can set a world record time. If you're someone in the bucket that can set a world record time in this workout, go ahead and rebound. That might be your shot to do it. For the remaining 99.9% of us, I don't see a purpose in rebounding. Personally, I'm probably gonna box jump step down, or I would, because from a rhythm perspective, I know I can jump up, take a breath, step down, and then as soon as my second foot hits, I jump again. 30 is not a ton. Obviously it adds up, but the weights for me are relatively light and I can cycle through them fairly quickly, so this would be a best case for me. For somebody else, if again, you want to hit the 225 bar and you're like, I don't know how many I'm going to get, I want to be as fresh as humanly possible, stepping up won't fatigue my glutes that much. Or if you're someone like me who would be power cleaning the weight anyways, maybe you do step ups there, okay? So determine what route would be best for you based on, again, what bar you're gonna get to, how much time you need, and your individual limiting factor within those movements, okay? Then it's singles versus touch and goes, okay? For the touch and go department, again, if you're elite, you wanna set the best possible time, you might have to go touch and go on the lighter barbells just to set yourself up with, again, a faster time. However, if you watch the guys, Ben Smith, I think, went touch and go in the beginning barbell, 135, he was singles. I recommend singles for almost everybody, even on the lighter barbell. Even on the 95-65, you might want to go singles because, again, if you can hit the clean and jerk, drop the bar, and as soon as the bar is getting to the floor, grab it and go again, you're going to be able to cycle it not quite as fast, but almost as fast with it being way less taxing on your body and your heart rate. Not to mention, if you're going to get decently deep into the workout, or for the guys, you're getting to the 225, you're getting to the 275, you need to have enough gas in the tank to then clean that barbell, and touch and goes can fry you up, okay? So I recommend singles for almost everybody, but again, if you're one of the top guys in the world, top girls in the world, and you need those extra seconds, and 65 pounds or 95 pounds is like 30% of your max or less, it's like, okay, well, maybe you got to do that, okay? Then this is something, if you have dead stop plates, that's what I call them. Basically, guys, if you have plates available at your gym where you drop the bar and they don't bounce all over the plate, they're a lot of times like road competition plates or Eleiko plates, something like that, use them, okay? You're going to be dropping from above your head. If you have very bouncy plates, it's going to hit the floor, and it could go left, it could go right, whatever the case is, then you have to slide your feet. If you have plates that hit the ground, they maybe do one of those, boom, one bounce and stop, is going to keep you way faster. Not every gym has those, so if you don't, you can wipe this off your strategy, but if you do, grab them, because that is actually going to give you a lot of seconds on the back end, okay? I recommend power cleaning as long as possible, not only power cleaning it, but cleaning it as soon as the bar touches your shoulders, going right into a push jerk or a push press as long as you possibly can. The cycle time is just going to be faster there. However, I wrote down here, feel a squat clean. What I mean by that is, let's say for the guys, the 275 bar is the one you're going to be staring at, and it's like, man, I got like a 5% chance of hitting this. Like, if the stars align, then maybe I hit one or maybe two. Then you're going to want to feel a squat clean. What I mean by that is at the 225 bar, let's say you can still power clean it. Maybe you squat clean the last 2 or 3 reps so you can feel a heavier weight in a squat clean fashion. The brain will interpret that for some folks, I'm not going to say for everyone, but for some folks, the power clean versus the squat clean is actually interpreted different by your brain and your body. So let me get into that position because I haven't really done a ton. I haven't been in that hip flexion position with weight on my chest. I've done some pistols at this point, but I haven't felt it on my chest. Let me do 2 because I know I can hit that weight just so I feel that position as I receive the bar. Okay, so if you fall into that camp, I recommend feeling a couple squat cleans at that weight. Okay, and then smooth pistols. If you're getting to the point where you are hitting pistols, you're deeper into the workout, go smooth, don't rush them because it really is going to come down to how well you shuttle fatigue through your quads, okay? For most folks, I would say you're probably not squat cleaning at this point if you're doing a ton of pistols. But even if you are, the pistol itself is really taxing on your quads just the way you're moving through that movement. So I would try to go smooth where you pistol up, change feet, go back down, to give your body and your quads a chance to kind of breathe, shuttle that fatigue out. If you're racing, yeah, that might feel great. You're smooth, you're in rhythm, you grab the barbell and your quads have no drive from the floor. Or you're squat cleaning it, you catch the barbell, they have no drive out of the hole. So I recommend going smooth. Again, unless you're ultra elite and you're trying to set a world record time, maybe you go faster. But even for those folks, I think staying smooth will allow you to get to the bar and not have to stare at that bar, but immediately get to it, hit a rep, drop, and try to have a decent cycle time there, okay? So, like I said, guys, I'm going to attach some videos to my Instagram of what some of these warm-up things are. As far as the workout goes, let's devise up a great strategy and have an awesome 20.4.